Hello, my friends, on this terrific Thursday where we are jumping into the markets today. A slightly different time on the upload today. We have been swamped on some endeavors that have been going on in my personal life this week and missed out on a couple morning episodes on YouTube, but that's okay. The Discord is always there for you, my friends. If you want me at your disposal 24/7 as merely a friend at the very least, jump on in, links in the description. Please like and subscribe so the YouTube gods do not punish us, and let's get right into the video. If you have watched the past few episodes that I've put out for free on YouTube, it is amazing how the market has just behaved in a manner that is akin to how, I personally view the market. Sometimes the market is not going to behave the way you view it. Okay, it's not. You have your personality, your mindset, your perception you put onto the marketplace. Being able to recognize when the market is not making sense to you is key in this business. Yes, that comes with experience, but just being aware of the different mannerisms of the market can save you. Okay? So, thank you, my friends, for all the views. It is amazing the views and the subscriptions that came in over the past week and a half. I mean, I can't believe it. I hate to keep harping on that, but thank you. That's really, gives me, it's satisfying to see that comes in, that there's like-minded individuals. Okay. We were sitting at such a certain number of subscribers, and then within a week it just jumped up to 21 like that. It was amazing. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you, my friends. And another thing about the channel, okay, I'm telling you, it's shocking how YouTube pushed out some of my videos from last week that are still getting views, I've noticed, this week. Which is all well and good, but you kind of want to see what's going on in the market today. I've noticed that one of my Tesla videos from a week ago, it was getting quite a few views today, and I was just thinking to myself, well, that's kind of old news, that idea already panned out, but yet it was getting views today, which is kind of odd. But let's get back into it. Sorry about my rant. Okay, S&P. I've left the scribbles on here from our last video, which I like to do. We'll clean this up. But look at how beautifully it played out. Look at this gorgeousness, my friends. I mean, our last video, which was Tuesday, I had just discussed that 2 days we had been waiting for price to do something, or it was yesterday morning, and it made a slightly higher high, and then it was right about there when I was making the video, and I just told myself, I said, look, it made a slightly higher high. Basic market structure, you want to see a higher low. If a higher low comes in, then you can have more confirmation that price is telling you that it wants to go higher, and it's going to make a higher high. And I posted it in the Discord. It was absolutely hilarious. It wasn't but 2 hours later, upon making that end of the video, when I was discussing how if I'm going to buy S&P, my least risk would be to buy yesterday and have a stop at 4,800. Okay, if you go back and watch yesterday's video. And it was hilarious just to see after a couple hours, bloop, it just popped right up. And you don't know what the market's going to do, okay? The market right here, it could have just collapsed even further. But having a game plan and an idea is all you can have at the bare bone necessity of trading. Yesterday morning, that was the plan. Enter, stop at 4,800, let's see what happens. It made another higher high. And then today, it's just kind of hanging out up here. We've been above the 5,000 mark for over a day now, okay? If you're remembering, at the beginning of the week, we kept playing with 49.80, 49.11, 48.90. We kept playing 5,100. We kept playing with it, but we haven't dipped below 5,000 on the SP 500 for over a day and a half. So our general consensus of the 5,000 region holding is coming to fruition. I tell you another thing that is so funny. I don't know if the algorithm that's set to my mobile device is feeding me news stories based on the things that I talk about in my YouTube video. But the other day, we were discussing a couple different things. We were discussing Tesla, Dollar General, and it was hilarious to see that one of the Yahoo Finance news stories that came across my phone, the title said, "Tech stock down, Dollar General up," on the article. And it was hilarious to me to see that, because we already had been discussing that for 2 days prior to that article coming out. Another confirmation that when you get the news fed to you, it's too late. I don't know why they call it news. They should call it olds. Maybe I'll just coin that term for myself and just start calling it olds, because anytime articles come out or they start talking about it on TV, it's already happened. The way to make money in the market is to have the power of projection and be up to date on things. Okay, and having a game plan. So let's clean this up a little bit here. I'm sorry, I'm going on a bit of a rant today. So here we are, S&P 500 on the hourly, okay? We're holding above the $500 area, okay? Nasty pin bar on Monday, made a slightly higher high, we made a higher low, and then what happened? A higher high again. So now we're formulating, right now is the making of this video, it's the Sydney-Tokyo session. So we're kind of just hanging out right here. If I was already in the S&P 500 right now, which I am, I would start formulating a trend on the hourly. And this is, simply put, all I would be watching on the S&P 500 on the hourly. I would just be watching this trend. Okay, are we maintaining a bit of a bullish momentum to the upside to possibly take back the majority of that 6,100 high that we had? Are we going to get a new high on the S&P 500? Maybe, maybe not. But provided that I hold this upwards trend that we're starting to formulate, I'm holding my position on the S&P 500. Let's go over Tesla a little bit. I apologize, y'all, bearing with me on today. Actually, I'm sorry. We need to cover NVIDIA, okay? Real quick. This was, I was discussing with a fellow trader, and they were mentioning some of their things that they were into at the moment. And shout out to them. They made a gorgeous buy on NVIDIA. When everybody was selling at the beginning of the week, what was this person doing? They were having a game plan and they were buying. And now they're in the money. So you have to just consider when somebody is selling, when you're selling, who's buying that? Well, yeah, your broker makes the exchange happen. But if you just put in your mind, if I'm selling this, that means somebody's buying it. Okay? So when you're selling something at a pullback or a downwards movement and you're selling it, think about the fact that other people are buying that. Why would they be buying that? They might see something you're not seeing. So, you know, it's I hope they see a nice return on their investment they purchased. But NVIDIA is looking strong. It recovered very strong after Monday's little pullback. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. And even here on NVIDIA, you can see the basic market structure at work. You make a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. You can be of the belief that if the trend continues and the trend is your friend, that price should make a higher high. Because the market moves in waves like that. So let's touch up on Tesla real quick before we get off here. I've been looking at several things lately. Here we are. Tesla on the daily, 252. Oh no, it hasn't gone anywhere. Or has it? Tesla right now is still in our gorgeous buy zone. It's consolidating here. Now you can see that Tesla is even giving you more information than we were buying at 230. I'm almost kind of seeing a bit of what they like to call a double bottom W, okay? Could be in the works here on Tesla. Yesterday, you had a strong buy. Yesterday was strong reversal on the market. So, being that yesterday was kind of, the market was showing your hand when it made that big jump yesterday. I was covered up yesterday. I couldn't make a video. But yesterday, look at them gorgeous candles yesterday. Let's go ahead and clean up this Tesla real quick. Tesla, zooming in now on the 4-hour time frame. We have a low of 208. So even our I apologize. 214 on the daily, 208 on the 4-hour time frame. Being that we are just consolidating down here, we want to see price eventually break out of this consolidation range. Okay? What's going to make that happen? We're consolidating on the daily. We zoom into the 4-hour. We're still in the middle of the consolidation range right now. If I'm going to have another confirmation on Tesla going up, I wanted to see it break out of that consolidation range. I want to see 280, 275, 290, 300. And then I want to see price come down and bounce off of that consolidation area. Okay? When I see that bounce off of the consolidation area, I'll take another buy, because the market will be showing me we're not going to go down into that consolidation area anymore. We're done with it, and now we're just going to continue higher. Tesla is looking gorgeous. You didn't want to buy here. Okay, there was nothing going on. You just had a straight shot candle. Buying here, there's nothing wrong with that, because it started showing you a little bit of life here and a slight consolidation area. Now that you have a much larger defined area of consolidation, the market is really telling you that, hey, we're going to hang out right here for a little while, pick up as many orders as we can before we move up. Okay, if you're coming to the market and you're noticing an area, a grouped up area of price, and you say, why is price hanging out down here? It's collecting, consolidating, gathering. What is it gathering? It's gathering enough orders. It's enticing people to go short. It's convincing enough people to buy. And one of the two parties is going to get punished severely. It is up to you and your trading plan to formulate the higher probability of what would happen. Right now, zooming out on the weekly, the higher probability is for price to go up, because you already had a big move down. I've talked about this in depth on Tesla. I'm not looking for a short on Tesla when it's already lost 50% of its value. The opportunity to short was up here. Sell high, buy low. I'm low. I want to start getting in on buys on Tesla. So, it's a Thursday. It is what it is. It's the Tokyo session right now. Not a lot going on. Tomorrow my schedule's freed up tremendously. I'll have a much more cleaned up video for you, my friends. I just wanted to get this out. Merely a shout out. Thank you for all the views, the subscriptions. Join the Discord group. Save yourself thousands. And we are going to get into some gorgeous content tomorrow. Peace.